Pros and noobs, what is up, my dudes? It is Jones Too Much For You, coming at you with some high round Sker Ritual gameplay. This is just for anybody that maybe hasn't tried it out in this area, or for the younger folks that are just looking for a little bit of advice and tips in the game. I'm only on hard difficulty, just playing for some XP to get some more of the past rewards and whatnot. But if you're like me and you don't really like to use exploits like glitches, then this is going to be for you. I mean, it's very easy to just get into a glitch spot, and to each their own at the end of the day. You know, video games are going to be played however people want to play them. However, this is my high round strategy for this map. The only requirement is that you get this weapon, the Howler, from Lucky the dog. He gives you random weapons, and as long as you can obtain this from him, no matter how long it takes, it's going to make your life a lot easier, especially when bosses and elites become a factor. Now, your secondary weapon, okay, because this Howler is what I would refer to as your primary for this run/strategy. Your secondary weapon that you're also going to want to get to tier 5 as you go through the rounds, otherwise your life's going to be a nightmare. Your secondary weapon can be anything really that you want. I'm using the gun that you can buy out of spawn. Upgraded, it is called the Sker Ritual. Almost died checking the name there. Very small print. They might need to change that, but yeah, I'm just using one of the guns that you can buy from spawn. If you prefer to use one of these or try to hit the Lucky the dog for a different weapon, maybe even another wonder weapon, that's perfectly fine. Or you could even pick up the Thunderbolt from the quest step. As you can see, I have not done any of the quests. They're still all over my map. The only quest I did up to this point is the generators so that I could come down here. And as you can see, this weapon at tier 5 on round 48 is still kills. It's not the most viable, but we're pretty much at that point where you have to have a tier 5 for it to do any damage, and the Howler is just going to be way more damage, especially against, like I said, bosses and elites. Coming up on round 49 here. I'm also to the point, as you can see with my points, I have 173,000 points. If I wanted to buy ammo, it's only 4,300 points. So, if I didn't even want to use whatever other weapon I took on this run, I wouldn't have to. I just like switching it up. Kind of helps with the mundaneness of going for high round zombies. And I'll show you right here my miracles, excuse me, which I actually have 2 upgrades because I haven't been paying attention. But my miracles here, I don't have any tier 4 or tier 3 miracles. However, I do have 3 legendaries and 2 base tier 1 miracles here. And then I have these 3 tier 2 miracles. The one on the left gives you increased points. The one in the middle, it basically gives you sort of a shield. I'm not 100% sure how viable it is. But yeah, for this run specifically, I went with 2 of the sort of healing category perks, and then I went with 3 of the sort of stun category perks. I don't know the names of the certain miracle trees off the top of my head, but this aspect of every game will constantly be changing based on whatever it is that you are kind of going for. But no matter what your miracles are, I do recommend that you get multiple of the same color. I wasn't able to make it work in my favor and get tier 3 or 4 perks, but having tier 2 perks, such as the one on the left where you get at max level 20% more points, that's going to make a huge difference for you in getting set up, depending on whenever you're able to get said miracle. Now, if anybody wants me to do a video where I kind of show you how to set it up and go from start to finish, I'd be more than happy to. But yeah, this is just my sort of high round strategy when it comes to going for higher rounds. We got a max ammo. I play a little differently than maybe most people, in the sense that, you know, I'll sit here and use the trash gun until I see a max ammo, and then I'll pull out the thing that really does damage. But yeah, it's a pretty simple strategy. While I am here, I do want to let you know that this health bomb on the Molotov cocktail, I'm not a huge fan of it. Most of the other legendary Molotovs will do decent damage, and I know that this one is meant to heal, but it just seems pretty unreliable. Maybe I haven't tested it enough, but it's supposed to leave a sort of essence on the ground that allows you to heal, and I've only been able to have that pop up a couple of times on this playthrough. Not quite sure what that's all about, but yeah, I kind of just, that's the one thing from this setup that I would probably regret. If I could swap it out, I probably would have gone for the stun Molotov, and then I would have done the healing stab, because I probably, in an alternate world, if everything worked out, I probably would have gotten the chance to get the same tier 2 perks. But other than that, it's really just all about what kind of a game you want to run. And that is one of my favorite things about this game, is that you can, each playthrough you can kind of run some different perks and have a different setup. And what's nice is that a lot of the effects will affect a melee weapon, such as a baseball bat. So the fire stab, that will come into play if you're using a weapon such as the bat. And if you wanted to as well, if I got towards the end of this round and only kept a few zombies, I could try to go find Lucky and hit him up, try to get maybe a different weapon if I wanted to switch it up, or just see if something else is really good, you know, at these high rounds. It's really up to you. The only thing that I really suggest is that you don't keep Lucky in this room, because he will be right over here in this corner, and I have had moments where I'm trying to reload, or I'm just running away from zombies and I accidentally press square on the reload, because I'll be reloading before the mag is empty. And I have accidentally traded out this howler before on accident, and it's not a good time, because when you give away the one thing that's an absolute necessity at high rounds, it's going to make your life hard. But here we are at round 50, and there is Abraham, and this is why we keep the howler around. I mean, just to show you, this will still do decent damage against him. I mean, to be quite honest, you could even, if you wanted more of a challenge, probably just run weapons that didn't include the howler against him, but it definitely absolutely needs to be tier 5. But the howler is just better at dealing with him, especially if you can hit headshots, which I'm failing at right now. As you can see right there, 8,000 to the head. That's going to be your best bet for dealing with him. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward here. Nothing too difficult. But yeah, this is how you get to higher rounds. And if we can just get him out of here, I'll end the video. Come grab this max. The one thing you do not want to do against him is get yourself cornered. But there we go. We just took out the round 50 Abraham. And yeah, it's really that simple. So leave a like if you enjoyed this, if it maybe gave you a new place to train. If not, I mean, probably don't ever check the channel again. It's that simple, folks. But yeah, like I said, if anybody wants me to make a video more including the earlier parts of a high round setup, like how to get set up, what steps, you know, I prefer to do, just leave a comment and let me know. All right, this has been Jones Too Much For You, signing out. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next one. Take care.